What's happening, baby? We're here. We're back. Welcome to That Synth Show. Today we're covering the wonderful, the absolute historic moment where Behringer went in like Indiana Jones, took the Mogerfoger, boop, plopped in the Bogerfoger or Boogerfooger. Well, I like calling it Boogerfooger actually, but this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, we got two now, and you know, just like Pokemon, we're gonna collect them all. So today we're gonna go after, what's up Crazy Rabbit, what's up Trader to the Living? Today we're gonna cover the BM13 and the BM15. We're gonna check out a couple videos on them. Not only that, we're gonna go in and look at the history of the MOOG Bogerfoger pedals, just so you can get an idea of what Behringer has coming next. We're gonna check out some sounds of some other pedals that are up on the plate, like the delay and a few other ones, filters, all that, this and the other. So welcome, man, welcome to the show. And these things are gigantic. They're not your regular tiny little things, man. They're not actually tiny. And to be honest with you, I might have ordered one of these already, but we'll have to see if it shows up. But man, I might have got one of these already just because I was like, you know what? This is the coolest thing ever. And I think it's, to be honest, it's one of Moog's biggest failures in their downfall recently, in their acquisition and I don't know if you want to call it acquisition or takeover. You might as well call it a takeover by InMusic. It's a shame that they didn't make these pedals. All they did was plugins, and we'll show you that in a second too. But it's very, 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 very exciting time. And I think that these things here, analog recreations, again, inspired by, changed enough. And again, it's a huge miss for Moog. So, you know, we're just going to cover it and like we do. And I want to thank the great Uli baby for bringing the people what everybody's been asking for. Moog customers have been asking for these pedals. They have been saying, will you please make these pedals? And these aren't even that crazy expensive. You can find these on Reverb. They're expensive enough, $799, but they're old, man. They're old hat, 1999, old school, you know. But Moog just said, no, we're just gonna make plugins. We're gonna give you plugins. We're not gonna make these beauties, even though we know you're our customers and you're asking for. But guess what? Uli said, you know what? We're gonna give Moog enough time. We gave them 25 years to give the people what they wanted. And since they're not gonna do it, that's right, I'm hyped for the rig modulator as well. Since you're not gonna do it, Uli baby and Behringer, we're gonna bring it to you, because that's what we do. We bring the people what we want, because we're the people's company, okay? By the people, for the people, to the people, okay? If you smell what Uli's cooking, how about that? All right, what's up, Todd Bradshaw? What's happening? What's up, Crazy Rabbit? As you know, this is a live stream, and this is how we do it. We're like a 90% live stream channel. If it's your first time here, come and subscribe if you want. If you don't want to subscribe, if you want to run your mouth in the comments, run your mouth, do whatever you want. We're just here having a good time at the Renegade Ranch as per usual. What's up, Noir baby? What's happening? I know Noir went out there and picked himself up a beautiful Moog Matriarch, the great last synth from Moog. I think he could be right, so check out Noir's video on his main channel. I believe it is. He's got a wonderful video. Let me make that little Synth Samurai thing a little smaller there, since we're into live TV here. Let me see where it is. Is it that? There we go, because it's kind of covering up my chin, so let's make that a little smaller. There we go. That's how you do it on the fly, right? All right, so let's get into the Moogerfoogers. We'll call them the Boogerfoogers. How about that? Throw it down in the chat. You want Bogerfoger or Boogerfooger? I think Boogerfooger. We got two. We got the BM15, the Murf, and I'm representing the Murf with the Murf Turf, baby. That sterling silver chest hair, grown and forged over years. Okay, turns gold in the summer, sterling silver in the winter. I got the Murf Turf, so you know I had to go pick up the Murf pedal, baby. But this phaser, this 12-stage phaser, whoo-wee! What's up, machines? Let's get right into it, man. Let me reduce the glare from these beautiful pedals. And here we are, man. We got the Synth Renegade neon, the beautiful logo. We got the shades, we got the shorts, man. We got it all. Shout out to EchoCraft, echocraft.com. Some beautiful t-shirts. If you look right here, we've got the gorgeous end cheeks by Rourke Industries, one of the renegades running a 3D printing operation underground, like we're all underground doing. And if you want to pick up some of these beautiful end cheeks for your customizable malevolent noir. Do you see these, baby? Oh my good God, they're gorgeous. So we got some beautiful neon Kawasaki green for the neon necromancer right here, and it's beautiful. So Rourke Industries, if you don't know how to get a hold of them, get a hold of me and I'll put you in touch with him. He can 3D print you end cheeks for any synthesizer you got, but more specifically, we're concentrating on the PWM Malevolent, the greatest analog synthesizer known to man today. A future classic, a modern classic, a present classic, and now a past classic. It's just pure classic. All right, let's get on with the show. And if I pull up these, where are we? I gotta get everything going, sorted out here properly. Where are we? Right here? There we go. Our boy with the beautiful hair, man. Nobody can say it. Nobody can say it. Rourke Industries, shout out. What's up, Alistair? Pre-order both, man. Amazing. And the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna get them all too, dude. I'm gonna get them all too. Trader, you need a Moog ring mod. Email me. You know how I roll. Oh, Noir trying to flip that Moog pedal because he's gonna pick up a boogie, baby. I love it. All right, let's check this video out. I'm going to switch back and forth between screens because I'm testing out some different styles. I like this style. Personally, I think it looks cool. I can show the studio. I can show the Kawasaki green, baby. But we also got the old school right here. But we'll start off with this one right here, right now. Let's check it out.
Phase, Mom! Oh, but it is. In fact, it's a 12-stage phase. Introducing Behringer BM13 PHASER. This pedal is another innovative device that has its creator's mark deeply imprinted into it. Its ancestry can be traced back to a much older device. A 1970s 12-stage rack-mount phaser. I mean, it looks like you should be able to destroy a planet with it. It was an insanely cool-looking piece of kit that gained a reputation for being a badass phaser that...
Oh, dropping the ASS, man. Don't you know this is a family show? God, you can't be dropping the ASS like that on me without warning. Holy moly. All right, yeah, man, check it out, man. Noir's flipping the Moog and getting the boog. I got a feeling, dude. I got a feeling. Noir, like myself, we're suckers for those pretty things, if you know what I mean. What do we got? I'm the Pro 3 Pimp. Art. We know who that is. That's Synthpunk's burner account. What's up, buddy? Trader to the Living. Who else we got here? Attorney and Apollo Hanzo. We give a shout out to everyone. Machines One. Renegades in the house. Forced Oscillator and Delay got fixed. Yep. Machines One's about to get his broken matriarch back. Everybody's happy now. I know Echo Crafts got some new stuff coming. Hans Volt's got some new stuff coming. Everybody's got some new stuff coming. And you know tomorrow's Buy Day Friday. So we all got to pick up something tomorrow. I'll probably pick this phaser pedal up. I'll show you the price now in a second. So let's check it out.
That could literally blow up your speakers. It clocked up studio time with bands such as Kraftwerk, Tangerine Dream, and Soul Wax, giving those who used it an unworldly sound that truly grabbed people's attention. You'll be glad to know that the slight quirk of literally blowing up speakers has been developed out of the pedal, but it still contains the same 12-stage design that made this unit so unique. So what exactly is this 12-stage design? I'm going to do my absolute best to explain this as quickly as possible. A phaser works by splitting your signal into two paths. One path...
Behringer giving you a class on the phaser, so if you don't know, now you're about to find out. Here's the PhD level Behringer classes in session. What's a phaser?
Remains unchanged, while the other passes through multiple all-pass filters, in this case 12 stages. These filters create shifts in phase without affecting the amplitude of any frequencies. If you were to listen to these two signals separately, they would sound identical. However, when they are combined, frequencies that are out of phase cancel each other out. In this case, the result is 6 notches in the frequency response of the summed signal. An LFO then moves these notches up and down, creating a phaser effect that we all know and love. So, in short, more stages means more dips, and more dips means a more complex sound.
You got it? You got it? That's how you break it down, okay? That's how you break it down for all the nerds out there, for the bros. More stages means more phases. Actually, let me listen to that again. What'd he say? Bros always need a second run.
Means more dips, and more dips means a more complex.
All right, one more time.
So, in short, more stages means more dips, and more dips means a more complex sound.
All right, you got it. More stages means more dips. 12 stages means more dips. More dips means more sounds. Got it? Super simple. More stages, more dips, more sounds. Super easy. Professor Behringer in the house. What's up, Echo? Thank you for that $1.99. That will go into the Italian sub fund. We always try to round up $14 for an Italian sub for lunch, baby, and we're $2 there. We need $12 more to get that Italian sub tomorrow for lunch, baby. Who's gonna sponsor my Italian sub? Extra mayo, oil, vinegar, salt and pepper, and 2 cups of ketchup to dip the butt ends in. Just kidding, man. Just kidding. I'm buying it anyway. For all you synth heads here too, if you're like, man, I don't want to hear a guitar video, guess what? We're gonna get, because he wonderfully plays some synths for us as well. But look at the size of the thing. Good old friend of mine, Trusto, today said this thing looks like the size of a toaster. What's up, Zachy?
Now let's take a look at the main protagonist, the newest phase in this story, BM13. It's got the looks, it's got the sounds, and it's got the mojo. This is an all-analog, authentic recreation with an attitude. As you'd expect, you get all the same control and extensive I/O in a nice combination of metal and wooden enclosure.
Damn, we got that $2 from the trader to the living man for the ketchup, baby. Thank you. We got the rich Kabasa with the $10, baby. We have achieved Italian sub status. Okay, record set. Let's go, man. Let's keep going.
And yes, even though it's in a pedal format, it's just as much an effect pedal for synthesizers as it is for guitar. Starting from the top, you have the drive and output, which gives you control over your incoming signal and the final output stage, making it ideal for dialing in the perfect amount of analog saturation from the preamp for a multitude of different sources. And that's not just limited to guitar and synth. The sky is the limit. If you want to run a saxophone solo through it and turn minds into jelly with PHASER goodness, you absolutely can. Next, you have your PHASER controls, which give you sweep, resonance, and the ability to switch between 6 and 12 stages of filtering. Sweep sets the frequency range used to generate the phasing effect.
I know the machines one loves some PHASER. Let's get to the synths here because that's what we want. Just a quick little skip real quick right here.
Resonance will further enhance the amplitude and sound of the phasing effect.
Sounds great until they use it on a synth. I don't know. Let's look. Let's check it out.
And finally, this rocker switch gives you 2 different phasing sounds to choose from. So far, you've been listening to the 12-stage voicing, but for a subtler effect, you can switch it to a 6-stage circuit.
Emergency announcement from the one and only Echo Craft, baby. He will be going live tonight. He is bringing it to you. Echo Craft went and got a PWM Malevolent. And like I said yesterday, if you don't have a Malevolent yet, you better go get one, man, because these are flying off the shelves now because everybody has finally come to the realization. If they haven't figured it out already, they're a couple steps behind. They'll catch up. The Malevolent might be one of the greatest analog synthesizers ever in cooperation, PWM, Future Sound Systems with the Crick. If you don't know what the Crick is, man, you better crick your neck and go check it out because that thing is a monster. 3 Gs for it. And they were involved in the making of the Malevolent, which has one of the most unique, epic filters of all time. Echo Craft tonight. I don't know what time. He's usually an hour late, so let's say 8, but it'll probably be 9. What do we got going on here? We got Art saying in the house, Samurai, really enjoyed your recent video with good advice for putting the worm on to catch viewers' attention on a thumbnail. Great. Oh yeah, cool, man. You know, this is what I was saying to a guy the other day. I saw his post and he was like, this is what he said in the post. I think it was, I can't remember the name of his channel. I wish I could. It might come back to me in a minute. He made a community post and he was like, hey man, listen, my viewership has been going down. My sub count was going down. I came out of the gate hot. I don't want to make clickbait. I'm doing this because I love it. And I'm not going to sink to the levels of doing clickbait and something along those lines and clickbait titles and not spend so much time making thumbnails just to be a clickbaiter. I'm like, dude, you got to get that word clickbait out of your mind. Call it a billboard. Your thumbnail's your billboard, okay? You put into your thumbnail something that is going to attract people into your channel, right? So they're scrolling through the streets of YouTube, which is the feed. They come across a bunch of billboards. There's thousands and thousands of billboards. You got 3 seconds to grab someone's attention. That's it, maybe less. And they got to be able to see it from 6 feet away exactly what it is. Otherwise, you're getting scrolled on. So you got to make your billboard. Take some pride in it. Get Canva on your phone. Enjoy the process of making your thumbnail. Come up with a cool title. It's not clickbait. Because guess what? If you're putting in the work, you're going to deliver. So when people enter your shop, AKA your channel, because you had a beautiful billboard that spiked their curiosity, go read a couple books on psychology. Okay? Go read a couple books on branding. Go read a couple books on copyright. If you can't read or you forgot, go watch a couple videos on it. I bet the videos you click will have a cool thumbnail. So go through some stuff, check out some thumbnails, figure out what you kind of think would be a cool style for you to do. Take some inspiration from some ones that you've actually clicked on and make your thumbnails. But don't say that I'm not going to do clickbait. You have to put a worm on the hook to get people in your shop. You're not going to go fishing with your buddy and he's got a bucket of worms and you got a hook and you start saying, dude, I can't believe you brought worms to go fishing. Can you believe it, Joe? Samurai brought a bunch of worms fishing. What a cheater. Can you believe he's putting bait on his hooks? Come on, let's get real.
Moving on, you have control over the LFO. A lot of phasers don't include this level of control, and you can quickly reach new and untrodden ground by tweaking this section. The LFO is what's controlling the movement in this device. You are given an LFO range switch, a rate knob, and an amount knob, which the keen-eyed amongst you might have noticed you can set to either stun or kill, so be careful with that.
Ooh, that phaser's nice. Art, thank you for that $20, bro. That gives me 2 Italian subs. Looks like I'm having an Italian sub for lunch and dinner. Don't tell the missus.
The CV control.
Here's what I do. I make my thumbnail before I do the video. So I'm relaxed. I don't have to put a rush on. I don't do the video and then make the thumbnail. I make the thumbnail first. And I'm not saying my thumbnails are good or great. I'm just giving you my philosophy. And I make my thumbnails first. So I just spend some time when I got a moment. I'm like, what kind of video would I want to do? All right, let me make a thumbnail right now. There's no pressure. There's no rush. And I'm like, oh, this kind of looks cool. And then I make sure that, it, I feel like it'll, it looks cool. And that's what I do. So that's what you should do too, man. Take time, spend time on your thumbnails, spend time on your titles. I might go full clickbait soon. Like Trader to the Living says, you might see a couple cans on a thumbnail soon, dude. We might be hooking in all the bros with a couple cans on the thumbnail.
On this series of pedals is really one of the main things that sets them apart from most. Here you can see that each section of this pedal can either be sent out or controlled via an external source. A synced LFO from your synthesizer, for example. This is
the beautiful Neutron. Does he play it? Let's see, right here.
Where those down for a bit of experimenting will thrive.
That's right. Machines might throw an old goth egg on his thumbnail next, dude. That's what he might do. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. Maybe we should just go. Maybe we'll take a week and I'm just going to go, you know what? I'm going to go full clickbait on these thumbnails and just see what can happen. I'll break the, what is it called? I'll be the tip of the spear, and I'll do the most crazy thumbnails ever. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. We'll just see what happens. But right now, we just got to keep it a little bit subtle, okay?
Here I've plugged in an expression pedal to manually control the sweep of the phaser. In this example, we're using the LFO in Neutron to control the resonance in the pedal.
Art got a question. He says, should I get a Neutron or a Proton for making techno with the Edge? Listen, bro, get both. Get both of them. They're so dirt cheap, just get both. Get 3 Neutrons, 1 Proton. That's what I would do if I were you. I'd triple stack, polychain the Neutrons. I'd get a Proton, whack that in there too, and I'd add that to the Edge, and then I think you'll be in techno Valhalla. Yeah, one thing I'm never doing, I'll never go that far, okay? I can't do the Home Alone face, that's a no-no for me. Anything else, I'd rather throw a set of cans on there and a little boo-doo-doo-doo, you know what I mean? Rather than the Home Alone face. Listen, anytime there's a Home Alone face in a thumbnail, I don't click it because I find it creepy.
Another interesting thing you can do with this I/O is to output from both the main out and the aux out into 2 different speakers. This transforms the mono sound of your instrument into a wonderfully swirling and vibrant stereo. The aux output...
Every time I see someone with a Home Alone thumbnail, though, all I want to do is grab an old dirty sock, fill it with organic wasabi, and stuff it right in their mouth, and then tape their mouth up.
Has the same effect as the main output, just shifted in phase. And here is where it gets interesting. For this example, we are panning each speaker left and right, and you will hear the effect best with headphones. Listen to this.
All right, cool, man. So that's the phaser. Then we quickly move over from the phaser to the BM15M Murf Box, baby. Shout out to the Murf Turf. We got the Murf Box. The dude's got a man bun. I used to have a man bun too, man. I still got it in my closet over there. Actually, I should go get it and show you. Is it in there a second? Hold on. Let me put on music and see if it's in there. Give me one quick sec. 1 second. Mrs. must have hit it. I'll grab it for the next show. I got a whole bag of hair, man. So if I ever go bald, I can make a wig out of my own hair. I used to have hair like down past my shoulders not too long ago. And before I cut it, I washed it, put it in a big old braid, shaved it off, made sure I shaved it nice. And now if I ever go bald, I'll make a wig out of my own hair, and therefore it's not a wig. And, you know, maybe I'll sell. If you guys want to buy a wig of my hair, let me know. $45,000, I'll give you half a wig. All right, let's check this out. So this is the Murf Box. But before we do that, let's go check this out. We'll check out the Murf Box after. But this is what I got loaded up for us here. I got the history, a Moger retrospective, right, to all the pedals here. Let's just go through this real quick before we watch another video. How Moog brought modular synths back as effect pedals, right? Really, really cool. As you can see, they brought them back and then they let them go, you know? They didn't even give their customers the satisfaction of picking these beauties up. And you know what Moog should do right now? They should just go do it. They should just go do it. They should just go make them again. Because you know Behringer's gonna break them all out. All right, so at a glance, we'll go down here, road to the Moog. We look right here, we got the beautiful, beautiful synthesizer here. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous synth, right? The Hulk, man. RCA Mark II sound synthesizer. Bob Moog, composer, inventor. Herbert Douche, the prototype, debuted in 1964. Look at it. Gorgeous. As you can see, ARP 2600 inspired as well. Or inspired, this inspired that. All right, so we keep rolling down the big Mooger Fooger deal. We got the old pedals here. We're scrolling along. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there. Here's the breakdown. We got the MF101. Low pass filter. You know Behringer's gonna create that. It's only a matter of time. Okay, this is the beautiful low pass filter. You throw this on yourself now, you got a wonderful low pass filter that make most people's skin melt. All right, we won't read too much about it, but on the filter side, you got control over cutoff resonance with a rocker switch, 2-pole, 4-pole operation. On the envelope side, you got controls for the amount filter, a mix knob, a rocker, options between fast and slow tracking. Well, bam, bam, thank you, man. MF102 ring modulator. Now, this is the one that everybody wants. I know that people are wanting this one and they're wanting the delay. All right, I know they want them both, and that's the problem. Damn, dude. Damn, dude. Come on, bro. All right, so we got the ring modulator. You know that's coming from Behringer. This is what we're getting excited about. What MOOG should have given us. We got the MF103 12-stage phaser just dropped today from Behringer. As you can see, beautiful recreations. Maybe the wood on this is a little, you know, a little higher quality, but guess what? We're getting them for like $100-something bucks, which I'll show you now in a second. If you're sticking around, don't forget to hit the like button if you don't mind. Subscribe if you don't mind as well. We're rolling down. We got the analog delay right here. Everybody was wondering why they didn't make this one first, because it's the most sought after. It's called appetizers, first course, second course, third course, main course, dessert. Everybody wants the beautiful analog delay. That will come in time, but you got to get everybody warmed up. It's called foreplay. All right? You just don't go in there and you know what, like that. MF104 bonus section. You got the MF104 variants right here. 104Z analog delay, and you got the super short MF104 SD for super delay. Okay, very cool. Some variations. We got the MF104M, and then we got the 105 Murf Turf, baby. I think the Behringer one looks better, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. We keep rolling down here. We got a bonus section with all the bing bang booms. We got the frequency box here. Beautiful VCO. Then we got the cluster flux. Okay, don't be dropping that L. This is a family show. We got the cluster flux. CV options, MIDI connectivity, LFO tap tempo. Ultimately looks similar to the MF104M, but instead offering long delays. Sick. Control processor. So that's a history, man. And then you got the beautiful one that came out in the white, the telecastings. Woof. Super cool. That's from MOOG right there. Limited edition. Let's check it out. I mean, pretty cool. You can line them up like that too. Let's get over on the big screen to Titantron here. Hold on. Get it fired up. You want that auto wah wah? You got it right there. I need that for Reggae Samurai session. Trader says, man, if they make a stereo low pass filter, it'll sell like crazy. I agree. I think the ring modulator is going to sell like crazy. I think the Murf Turf and the phaser will sell pretty good. I think the Murf Turf is just very unique. I think the delay is going to sell like crazy, a crazy analog delay. A lot of suckers for a delay out there, you know what I mean? A lot of people have been delaying, doing a lot of things too, so, but they won't be delaying buying the Behringer analog delay. Let me tell you that. They might be delaying everything else, but they won't be delay buying. So that's the phaser. This is what the 12-stage phaser sounds like from the original on a guitar. You know, we don't mind listening to a bit of guitar every once in a while, do we, fellas? Come on, man. Machines One is just looking for that sponsorship, dude. We know what you're up to, bro. You want that Chase Bliss sponsorship. But Chase Bliss pedals are awesome. But wouldn't it be so gorgeous to have that big stack, man? I wonder if Behringer will say, you know what? Let's release them in white, too. I like what Behringer's doing these days, you know? I like the fact that they're bringing products to the people that they've been asking for. And you know what? Products that people have been asking their favorite companies for. Roland, MOOG. They just say, we're not doing it for you guys. Now, MOOG is different these days. They brought the Messenger. They got the Muse. I think MOOG has turned the corner. In Music's turned the corner. We should call it in Mogic. Let's see the delay. I could watch this all day, but we got the analog delay. Let's check this one out. Congratulations, Todd Bradshaw, baby. Synth blessed. Pauly D showed up today, on sale right now for $4.99. Todd Bradshaw's the one to tip me off. Thank you, Todd. Absolute steal. Beautiful instrument in person. If anybody wanted a mini Moog out there and you don't want to spend $5 on a piece of furniture, go treat yourself. $4.99. I mean, all you got to do is work a couple shifts of overtime, sweeten up the missus, take her out for dinner, and boom, there you got a Pauly D. I think the Behringers look great. I think the Klon lawsuit was a double super diamond crusted triple truffle. I think they got more money out of marketing paying their lawyer in this kind of lawsuit. They got more exposure now, and they also got a bunch of classic pedals that only a few people on planet Earth are going to own. Okay, and then they got all this exposure to their new pedal, and all they had to do was, you know, throw some hair on the friggin' horseman, change the look of the spear, throw a letter on the end, boom, they got another pedal out that loads of people are going to buy. So yeah, the Behringers look bootleg. I think they look better. Right here, let's look. I think they look better. Look at this. Bootleg, bro? Richie, what are you talking about? They don't look bootlegged. They look absolutely gorgeous. Hans Volt, I don't want to hear guitar ever. Well, don't go hanging out with Machine One on a Saturday afternoon in the backyard. Okay, look at how gorgeous this is. Then we go look at the phaser. Look at that. Bootlegged? They look almost identical, but I think they actually look better. But in white, I think this one looks better with the knobs up the top, or sort of sliders up on the top rather than the bottom. Looks better, more ergonomical, way better actually. Way better. This one here looks friggin' identical, if you ask me. Let's check it out, see what it actually looks like. Where's the phaser? Let's check the phaser. With frequency box, Murf Turf, super delay. Where's the phaser? Right there. Here's the phaser there. There's the Moog, shiny wood, but I think that's touched up with a bit of Photoshop. And then we got the Behringer one. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a different one, is it? That's the different delay. Hold on. Which one is that? Fooger, ring mod. Where's the phaser, baby? Must have missed it. Looks a bit different, is that it? 12-stage phaser. All right, let's take a look. All right, looks a little different. Looks a little different. Drive, output, sweep, resonance, amount, rate. We got rate, resonance, sweep, amount, drive. Little bit different. Little bit different. That's fine. You might be right then, Richie boy. You might be right. The Murf Turf looks better than the phaser. I gotta agree with you right there. The Behringer, we gotta say it straight here. The Behringer phaser looks good, but it looks a little more basic. But the Murf Turf looks amazing. And I might get with this Murf Turf, I might get Rourke to print me some end cheeks for that baby now, because I'm on the end cheek kick, so I might get some new end cheeks for that. $179, nothing. $129, absolutely dirt cheap. Now, if you want one from Moog, you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get a bunch of VSTDs. That's it. You're gonna get a bunch of VSTDs, because they're not gonna give you what you wanted, and that's too bad, because everybody wants the Moger Fogers, but all they're gonna give you is some plugins right here, look. How much they charging you for it? So you can buy the complete Moger Foger effects bundle for $149, or what is that? iOS? I don't even know what that means. What's that for your iPhone? And $149, you get all of these here on your computer. All right. If you're into that, renegades around here, a lot of us aren't into that. We're into hardware. So let me X that window out. Or you can pick these up for a cool, what's that? $300. $300, you got both of them. So they're friggin' the size of toasters. They're gigantic. Yeah, Moger Foger ring mod, baby. You better believe it, Banana Rider. Hans Volsup worships the baritone. Yeah, I agree with you, Richard. I agree with you. So let's go on over here. Let's check this out. If you actually want to pick up some of these Moger Fooger pedals yourself, you're looking at 600, 700, 500, 500, 600. So they're not going for anything crazy expensive, not like a lot of insane vintage gear. So if you want the originals, you're going to pay 5 to 6 to 10 times the price to get an original Moog one. And I'll guarantee you right now, this is my guarantee, the Behringer pedals will sound equal or better than the originals at the minimum. And if they don't sound equal, they might sound a little different, but just as good. That's my guarantee. Guarantee you. But I can't give you your money back because you're not buying it from me. So too bad. All right. They're not syncable. No idea. They might be syncable. Who knows? That's what you're looking at if you want to pick up some used ones. All right. Let's check out the Murf Turf right here.
And was to turn me blue and make a joke about how this sounded like the Smurf box. But I convinced them not to. Ah, for f***'s sake.
Bro's on that methylene blue, baby. He's got that methylene blue. Turned him into a Smurf.
Here it is, the weirdly wonderful Murf box. There's nothing else quite like it.
This is the one I like. I don't know why I like it. I just like it.
A box full of analog circuitry with rich harmonic saturation.
And I'm going to put the Murf box right on the Malevolent. That's going to be paired with the Malevolent.
And a tactile experience is something we know and appreciate now. But in the 2000s, when this pedal was originally launched, this type of technology was losing a fight against a digital revolution. But one creator had different ideas. He saw the value in analog. When photographs came along, people would have been predicting the death of paintings, but not the artists.
Not the artists and not Behringer, baby, bringing it all back.
They painted more expressively than ever before. Going against the flow, he released this obscure, abstract celebration of analog magic. Fewer and fewer products were being created with this level of analog complexity, and devices like this acted like a lifeline to the analog world, keeping its faint pulse going in a community of musicians and producers.
Oh, traitor to the living, you're right, dude. So many people are gonna get this. And they're gonna, like, you know, It'll be that guilty vibe. They'll be like, oh, it's so guilty for me to buy a Behringer because, you know, like I was told not to like them. All the elites told me I'm not supposed to like Behringer, but God, they're giving me these booger foogers for under $200. I'm going to get it and I'm just going to Sharpie out the name. Be proud of the name, man. Put your chest out. Put your Murph turf out. Be proud to be a Behringer bro. We ain't ashamed, man. We're proud. And we're letting everybody else out there know. All the renegades out there letting everybody know. Behringer's here to stay. They're making high quality products that sound amazing, that people are asking for, that their favorite companies aren't doing for them because they ain't listening to them no more because they're too big and they don't give a you know what. Okay, they don't give a flux about it.
That lay below the surface as the digital age raged on. This community were the foundation of the analog revival that we've experienced in recent years. When people were curious to learn about these fascinating devices, this community greeted them with open arms. And this box played a huge part in the analog resistance. There's a joke about resistors in there somewhere, but I couldn't quite ohm in on it. Sadly, the Fugger dynasty ceased production in 2018. And like the...
Yeah, I think the jury's out. The jury's out already. The Booger Foogers, the Behringer pedals are actually better than the originals. They've made them better. Everything people wanted them to be, they now are. And they're high quality, and they're affordable, and they're absolutely must-haves for anybody with a guitar or a synth out there. Let's go, baby. Buy day, Friday, tomorrow. Get out there, pick yourself one up. Look at this, $179. If you can't afford $179, you need to go get another job, okay? If you can't afford $179, you need to stop your missus from buying so many purses, okay? Or maybe you're buying too many Merces. Maybe that's what's really going on. You got too many Merces in your closet.
Tesla that launched into space that year, the price soared astronomically, taking this wonderful celebration of analog out of the hands of everyday musicians, producers, and gear lovers, and reserving it for the collectors. But you won't let it die, will you? Like an adoring crowd screaming for an encore, you want it back on stage. So here it is. Okay, there's not really an easy way to describe what...
There ain't no easy way to describe it. One thing Behringer's known for is breaking it down into layman's terms for all the bros. So let's hear it.
This thing does. This is what we've got. First up, and crucial to understanding what on earth is going on, is this 8-band array of resonant filters.
You be murphing across the whole frequency spectrum with this 8-band resonance filters.
You'll notice you can flick the frequencies of these bands between bass and mid. As you can hear, you can dramatically alter a sound, already pretty powerful, but that's just first gear. Now comes the animation module, and this generates patterns for each of these bands to fire off.
That's right, I'm getting a beat, what do they call it, the BBD or the BBL or whatever. I'm putting some big old cheeks on the box. So Rourke, shout out to Rourke Industries. If you hear me, dude, we're gonna put some fat end cheeks on this thing. We're gonna take the Murph Turf and we're gonna make it even bigger and badder than it already is. I'm down. That's a project I can get behind. Big time.
Off.
Are these real wood cheeks? This is the question. You got to buy it to find out. But when I get it, I'm going to tell you if they're real wood cheeks or not. But I'm all about upgrading now these days. I ain't just buying stuff no more and being happy with what I get. I'm buying it and upgrading it. I'm personalizing it, as you can see, okay? I'm bringing in some beauty to the beasts that I acquire.
Now things are moving, and this motion is really the magic of this
That's right, Banana Rider. We'll get those Kim Kardashian Murph cheeks.
box, but still not the end. Add into the mix a colourful preamp with dedicated drive control, an LFO that can modulate the filter's centre frequencies, creating phaser-like sweeping effects, and now you're cooking on gas.
Yeah, that should be Rourke's series name on his website. I can't believe they're not wood and cheeks. That's amazing.
You can also manipulate the envelope, going from a staccato to legato style transition between filters.
Oh. That sounds friggin' awesome. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anybody says. The Murph Turf with a synth is going to be crazy. And I'm going to show everybody how crazy it is. Because when I pair the Murph Turf with the Malevolent, it's going to probably blow the roof off. I better go see if my insurance company will allow me. Is there, excuse me, George, do you got insurance coverage for absolute superpower sonic fireball that I'm about to shoot at the top of this synth? When I load it up with the Murph Turf, he'll be like, what are you talking about? I'd be like, dude, do I have insurance in case the roof blows off my house when I turn the subwoofer up so loud and the Malevolent screams through that Murph Turf and blasts a hole straight through the ceiling? Is all I want to know.
This thing is wild. If you've ever got an idea or a sound and it's not quite there, or maybe it's missing something, then just try throwing this at it and see what happens. It's kind of like saying shoot your painting with a paintball gun, but honestly, sometimes these things just need a little extra Murph. You need something sturdy to keep all that madness inside, and you've got it in the form of this metal and wood enclosure.
Oh, he whispered it, metal and wood. So he said wood. He said wood.
And they've really considered its presentation.
I actually wish that Behringer put wood on there that was unfinished. Just raw wood with splinters sticking out of it. And you get it, you could sand it down, you could stain it.
And covered in little details that pay homage to the original. Scooch around to the back.
Paying homage. He says homage, I say homage. He's paying homage to the original. Look at the size of it. It is the size of a toaster. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look at that. Same size as my head. Right there. Murph Turf. You want to know what size that is? That's samurai head size right there. Murph Turf.
Back, and you are presented with this. I mean, that's some serious I/O for an already powerful box. Where to begin? This section is going to let you do a whole bunch of things. You can control parameters with an external CV input, expression pedal, or...
We get the idea, man. Absolutely crazy. Super exciting. $179 for the Murph Turf. I'm just going to tell you guys, since you're here, I already bought this. I pre-ordered. I said, Yuval, baby, you get me pre-order on this one? He didn't even know it was ready. He was like, Sweetwater, we don't have that. That's not even on our site. I was like, sent them the link. I was like, oh, it's on your site, dude. I checked it out already. Pre-order for me. He's like, you got it, baby. Pre-order, boom. When's it going to show up? Who knows? Might be tomorrow, might be next year. But we're on the list. I'll probably be one of the first ones in America to have one of these things. And I'll definitely be one of the first people in America to demo, maybe globally, to demo it. And I'll be the first person ever and the only person ever to demo the Behringer BM15M Murf Box multiple resin filter array pedal with the PWM Malevolent and maybe another synthesizer coming soon. You understand? And then we got this beautiful phaser for 120. Not as beautiful, but guess what? Everyone can't be as hot as the other one. This is still gorgeous, but it's cheap. 129 for a 12 stage phaser pedal, baby. 6 or 12. Low high LFO switch, a sweet resonance amount, rate controls, onboard preamp with drive. What more do you need in a phaser? You tell me that. What's up, Simon, baby? What's happening? studio effects. What do you guys think, man? Throw it down in the comments. Let me know what you think. SS got that SW Rookie of the Year sales agent, dude. We're glazing. You know, when you come here, you get the pure, baby. You get the non-GMO, organic, grass-fed glaze. We're not giving you any of that aspartame glaze, any of those falsities, okay? We're not getting a synthesizer and giving you a demo of it where you leave and you have a bad stomach like you just ate a Big Mac and fries, all right? Nothing against a Big Mac and fries, but listen, come on. Everybody knows it gives you a bad stomach. And I'm not the fast food of YouTube, okay? I'm the caviar or the wasabi or the kimchi. That's what you come here for. You come here for an acquired taste and a good time. And you leave with that spicy feeling in your mouth, full, fed, tons of energy, fired up, ready to buy something. That's what we're doing here. All right, so that's the show for today, man. That is the Behringer pedals. Let me pull the beautiful little image up I had here. I can get this one off if I ever figure it out. I got so many things loaded up on this beautiful baby right here. Right? This is it, man. This is the studio. This is the end cheeks. I got the glass. I got the Kawasaki green glasses to match the Kawasaki green end cheeks. Okay? Beautiful. The neon necromancer, I call it, because I'm summoning the dead to pump through this thing and give you sounds that will go straight through your head. Okay? And there's the two beautiful pedals. So this is two, man. You got to collect them. You got to get out there for under 300 bucks. You get two classic pedals reinvented with everything that they should have been and more for a fair price, baby. So listen, go pick it up. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, do all that or not, whatever you're into. And check out Echo Craft Night at 8 p.m. Check out everyone else. Everybody in the chat who got channels. Trader to the Living got an amazing channel. Machines One's got an amazing channel. Crazy Rabbit's got amazing channel. Signals of Reality, amazing channel. Simon Gretbox got amazing music and a great channel too. Who else do we got in here? Who else got channels up in this one? Apollo Hanzo got one of the greatest channels on the internet. Love what he's doing these days, man. Everybody's doing great. Everybody keep it up. Like I said, don't delay today what you could have done yesterday, okay? If you could have done it yesterday, you better do it today. Just don't delay. Shoo, shoo.